Once I've created my dynamic table, I can use the table to color my item. We've already seen how you can go to the color palette and drag colors off the palette and onto the item to immediately recolor them. And you can see that those colors have been automatically updated in the Colorway dynamic table. But you can also color your item directly onto the dynamic table. So just drag the color off the palette and straight onto the dynamic table. And you can see it's replaced the color on the item and on the dynamic table. Colorway can also display the UV name that has been set up in the 3D application. So in this case, I have some parts where I've identified the UV as cubic and some where I've added a texture and asked for the 3D application to render out that UV on that specific part. I can also change some more properties of the dynamic table. The first one I want to show you is changing the border color. So you can go over here and change the border color in the dynamic tab to any color that you want. You can see over in your item tree that the border color is displayed with this circle. If you hover over it, it will tell you that it's the border color. So you can also take colors off your palette and drag them straight onto the small circle in the item tree. And you can see that the border color has been changed. You also have another icon, which is the background color. And likewise, you can choose a background color by clicking on this color picker and choosing any color from here. Or again, going to your palette, choosing a color and dragging it onto that circle. This is particularly useful if you often have things behind your dynamic table. So for example, now I've got a white background on my dynamic table. You can see I don't have a transparency over the DCI item. So if I have things like shadows or parts which I don't need to display, I can put a background color on it. The order the parts are displayed in the dynamic table is exactly the same as the way they're displayed in the item tree. So by moving your items up and down the tree, they'll move up and down in the dynamic table. So you can reorder them as you wish, and you'll see them update here on the dynamic table.